there, LBHT crew. We hear there's some breaking news out there for both Ravens and Panthers. Okay. First of all, let's start out by letting everybody know. Don't get comfortable. This is just a test stream. Okay. First of all, it's not Wednesday. It is Tuesday. All right. We stream on Wednesdays at 7:15 p.m. Eastern time. If you are new here, okay. But we're doing a test stream. We had some technical difficulties the last 2 weeks. I think I figured out the issue. Okay. But we're just testing it out. So we're going to discuss some breaking news. I mean, I want to see how the chat feels about this. Derrick Henry has been signed. Yes, free agency recap day 1 and 2. We'll go over it a little bit right now. We'll discuss more tomorrow on the show. But the big news for the Ravens fans: Derrick Henry coming to the Ravens. Big news for the Panthers. Panthers have been making some big moves.
All kinds of big moves.
Just happened about 20 minutes ago, huh?
Spending a lot of money.
Spending a lot of money, but they just traded for Diontae Johnson from the Steelers, sending away Diontae Jackson, and they swapped a 6th round pick for a seventh round pick.
They're sending Diontae Jackson in a 6th for Diontae Johnson in the 7th.
Yeah, so excellent move. And shout out to Danity. What's going on? Salute to you. Shout out to the chat here. Yes, indeed. Thanks for coming through, Danity. Salute to you. We got MJ in the house. Says everybody sent him. Okay. All right. Shuriken says PQ to the Steelers. Sickening. Yeah. He didn't even get paid that much. I thought he was going to make more than that.
No, because you know what it seems like is not that he made less. It's that y'all massively overpaid for Roquan.
Ooh. Did we? Or
yeah,
is PQ just not worth it?
No, you did.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. What's going on, Darius Simmons? Salute. Thanks for coming through. Yeah, okay. All right. I mean, we got all kinds of things to talk about. I was going to let's start off with the Derrick Henry trade. And we're going to spend we're not going to spend long. We just want to make sure that we don't get cut off. We want to make sure that everything is working fine, so we put together a great show for you tomorrow. But I don't need to tell you guys the Derrick Henry move. Whatever. Okay, whatever. Don't be high-fiving EDC over a move that he should have done during the season, this past season. All right, I don't give you any points for that. It would have made a difference had we signed him before the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Right, and he could have helped us in that playoff game run the ball. Mm-hmm. Now we're getting a year older. Was he 30, 31? You know, like still good. We think this is the problem that we have with these type of moves. Derrick Henry is 30 years old, but Derrick Henry is a special talent. He could very well still produce at a high level. Wouldn't surprise me, right? If he just ate in this offense with Lamar Jackson and tore it up this season, wouldn't surprise me. Also wouldn't surprise me if he just fell off. Right? You're at that age and he has a lot of wear and tear. It's not just that he's 30. He was a workhorse.
Yeah.
So if he starts to fall off a cliff a little bit, he doesn't look like Derrick Henry from the past. That's what happens when you get somebody that has that kind of wear and tear. And I don't want to see this front office parade him around like, oh, we got a weapon now. We got a weapon. No, getting somebody like Saquon Barkley would have been that'd have been a major pickup. You know, picking up DeAndre Swift or Josh Jacobs, that would have been a major pickup. These are younger guys, less wear and tear. Like, yes, Saquon's got injuries. I understand that. But I think he's still the best talent available, for sure. One of the best talents at running back in the league. Mm-hmm. That's what you should have been trying to focus on. Also, what they didn't do, what the Panthers did exactly what the Ravens should have done to the T. What we didn't do is get any guards. The Panthers got 2 guards. They picked up Robert Hunt and they picked up Damian Lewis. All right. And they traded for Diontae Johnson. That's exactly what the Ravens should have done. picked up 2 guards because we don't have any starting guards right now, and trade for a wide receiver. But we got Derrick Henry.
Yeah, you did get Derrick Henry, not Saquon, not Josh Jacobs, not Tony Pollard or DeAndre Swift, and it's fine. Like he's a good running back. So he has fallen off a bit. He's not the dominant force that he once was, but he's the best running back the Ravens have ever had.
Well,
But
I
the
can't say
problem
ever,
is,
not ever,
I mean,
not better than Jamal Lewis.
we'll see. I mean, look,
And I
like
don't think
Jamal Lewis.
and I don't think this version, like, yes, he overall yes, but this version of Derrick Henry, he's not better than Ray Rice at his peak.
I think he probably is. I think he probably is still better than Ray Rice. But I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
But he's better than, and I meant more
More
since,
recent, yes.
since Lamar's been in the league.
Yeah.
So he's been the best running back they've had since they've been the best running team ever, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, like you're
sorry.
saying, they
I
haven't
didn't go anywhere. I'm here.
fixed the O line. You don't have any guards, any starting guards on the team right now, and it's only day 2. So I mean, there's still time to do that, but it feels like to me they're kind of doing the same old thing that they always do, and it feels like Derrick Henry's going to look great because every running back in Baltimore looks great because they're playing next to Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
They're going to win a good number of games. They're going to get to the playoffs, and then it's going to be the same story because Derrick Henry's probably not in a place where he can carry your offense, and you haven't done anything to address the talent on the outside, which is what has been lacking year in and year out in Baltimore.
Okay, let me. I gotta bring this up. What's up, Keelan? Keelan says Derrick Henry is absolutely better than Jamal Lewis and Ray Rice. Come on, Jose. Derrick Henry almost broke the single season rushing record. Is he going to do it this year?
Yeah,
I'm not talking about.
He's saying right now.
Yeah. I'm not talking about all time. Not talking about that. I'm talking about our Derrick Henry that we're getting, the 30-year-old Derrick Henry. Is he better than Jamal Lewis at his peak? Is he better than Ray Rice at his peak? No. We're not getting the single season rushing record Derrick Henry. We're not getting that guy. What kind of Derrick Henry are we getting right now? I don't know, but that's not going to be it. I mean, he had 1,200 yards last year. Still good, right? But his carries go down every year, and understandably so. You got to preserve him a little bit. How much does he have left in the tank? I don't know. He could have 3-4 more years. I mean, Adrian Peterson ran till he was almost 40. It felt that way, or this could be it, but the Ravens always take this type of gamble on these players. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But my problem is when you're trying to compete for a Super Bowl, you don't take gambles like this. You go for short things.
And this is always my problem with and this is just online in general. But Chen, who said this? Who said Derrick Henry is not a good signing? Like, it's not the best signing. That's always the problem in Baltimore. And for a team who consistently comes up short, to not say, you know what, we're gonna go for the top talent instead of the second or third or fourth best like we do every season, it just doesn't really make any sense.
Timru, do you think we got the best running back on the market? Like let's not play this game. Let's not defend the franchise here, the organization. Do you think Derrick Henry is the best running back available or was available on the market? With we're talking about Saquon Barkley, we're talking about Austin Eckler, we're talking about Josh Jacobs, Aaron Jones, hell, even Zach Moss, DeAndre Swift. You're saying he was the best out of all those guys?
And Keelan saying he's getting 1,300 yards and 16 touchdowns playing next to Lamar.
Well, stop right there.
Going to be the biggest. They're the biggest he's ever seen. He might average 5.5 yards a carry.
Okay.
Keelan, you're just talking about the production or the numbers that you think he's going to put up. That doesn't make him a better player. Because if that's the case, y'all should have just kept Gus Edwards. I mean, he was averaging 5 yards a carry for most of his career.
Yeah,
Right?
you can't add the qualifiers there, like, oh, playing next to Lamar.
Ray
I
Rice
mean,
didn't play the next to Lamar.
right. Jamal Lewis didn't play. He damn sure didn't play next to
Like,
Lamar.
come on, man.
Jamal Lewis got that. He got the 2,000 yards, or not 2,000, but close to it. Playing against teams that were definitely stacking the box against Kyle Bowler. Okay, they knew Kyle Bowler wasn't going anywhere with that pass.
Yeah. But outside of that, the Ravens really haven't done much, and that's my issue with their free agency so far. I felt they should have been aggressive in going out and getting starting offensive linemen for to protect Lamar, because Eric DeCosta hasn't shown the ability to draft that position very well. But what they've done so far is bring back Justin Madubuike, bring back Malik Harrison, and sign Derrick Henry. Nothing wrong with those moves. I mean, I don't agree with bringing back Justin Madubuike, but he's a very good player. So nothing wrong with those moves. It's more about what they haven't done up to this point for Baltimore.
Yeah. No, I agree. And shout out to Tanja. She says, congratulations to the Panthers and the Ravens. What's up, guys? Let's go. Okay. Yes. In a vacuum, there's nothing wrong with re-signing Madubuike. Excellent player. Nothing wrong with getting Derrick Henry. We still think he has a little bit left in the tank. But you have to look at the whole picture. And there is something wrong with both of those moves. Okay. If we're saying we have limited resources, this is what the Ravens are claiming. This is what they're this is what the EDC supporters will claim, limited resources, then Madubuike is a luxury, right? Not a necessity. We have players on the team. Okay. We just re-upped Michael Pierce. Travis Jones got drafted not too long ago. You just signed Broderick Washington. You don't need to sign Madubuike. Okay. Derrick Henry went. I mean, they waited. They waited until all the other running backs were picked up to say, all right, we want Derrick Henry. We should have been first in line to get Saquon Barkley. We should, if not Saquon Barkley, DeAndre Swift. I didn't even mention Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard also got signed. And these running backs don't get paid a whole lot. I think Saquon got made the most. Was he making $13 million a year? Pay that.
Yeah, about.
Yeah, pay that. So no, man, this isn't good enough. Stop high-fiving your team for being cheap. And these are also bad moves because where are our guards?
Yeah.
You got the Panthers, man, Bryce Young is going to look so much better next year.
Yeah.
Robert Hunt, Damian Lewis, they picked up, and they traded for Diontae Johnson. That's what the Ravens should have done. And they did it at the expense of the defense. Because Brian Burns, we're sitting here yesterday like, damn, man, y'all traded Brian Burns for a second and a fifth. Mm-hmm. That ain't cool, right? But they trade Brian Burns away. Frankie Louvu hurt. That that's one of my favorite players right there.
But he didn't really want to come back. He wanted to go play for Dan Quinn, and they signed a replacement for him already, Josie Jewell, who played under Avero in Denver.
Yeah,
I like Luvu. I wanted him back, but it's not a huge blow or anything like that. Keelan says Derrick Henry is so much better than Gus. Y'all do know the Titans O-line it's been bottom 10 in the league the last 3 years. Derrick Henry was still putting up 1,000 yards with no outside threats. Keelan, that is the point that we were making. You can't just say, "Oh, Derrick Henry's going to put up X number of yards" and use that as your argument that he's better than Ray Rice, better than Jamal Lewis. He's going to put up better yard or more yards and more touchdowns and have a higher yards per carry because he's playing next to Lamar Jackson. Ray Rice and Jamal Lewis didn't play next to Lamar Jackson. Gus Edwards ran for 5 yards a carry 4 years in a row. He had 13 touchdowns this year. It's not because Gus Edwards is great.
No, no. And we're not comparing, just so we're clear, Keelan, because I think we're on the same page. We're just saying different things. We're not saying he's on the same level as Gus Edwards, right? I'm just saying the version of Derrick Henry that we're getting today, don't look at what he's done in the past, today isn't as good as Jamal Lewis, Ray Rice. And I only brought that up because B was saying he's the best running back we've ever had. And I'm saying he wasn't better than he's not better than those guys were. And we had him here. That's what I was saying. But during the Lamar era, yes. By far. He's actual talent.
Yes, Tanja saying Matabike is a necessity. He is the pressure up the middle to help with the pass rush. We still have time to make moves. It's the second day of free agency. Yeah, there's a lot of time, but most of the top players are gone. I'm not sure what their plan is going to be at guard. A lot of the top guards have already signed, so it's not about the timing of it.
Yeah, it's what's available.
Yeah,
Now, what's more important? Getting pressure at the middle on defense or protecting your quarterback? That's a true necessity. Getting pressure.
no, you don't. What are you talking about?
Derrick
Since
Henry
you have to
forced.
compare this version of Derrick Henry to their later versions. No, not if you're talking about who is the best running back they've had. You're talking about the best versions of those players. This
Yes,
is the only version of Derrick Henry they've had.
we're not comparing all time. The play, like the Derrick Henrys that you're talking about, didn't play for us. He played against us. I'm talking about who was playing for us, right? So no. You don't have to compare this version to their version. We got their best versions. That's my whole point. We're not getting Derrick Henry's best version. We're getting the guy that's trending down. He might still be good. But he's trending down. I mean, that's just the laws of physics. Okay. So what's up, Jay? And shout out to Omar Tillman in the house. He says Panthers making competent moves for once. Yeah, man. I didn't like Dan Morgan this time yesterday. I'm liking him a little bit more right now. Did not like trading Brian Burns for a second and a fifth. Even though it was a high second, you have 2 high second round picks. Didn't like it. I thought it wasn't enough. Let Frankie Louvu walk. A couple other players. Jeremy Chin walked, although we kind of expected he'd probably be moving on. But signing Robert Hunt, signing Damian Lewis were good moves. That's okay. You needed to do it. You did it. Because most teams talk about it, Ravens, and you guys actually did it. You got good quality interior O linemen. Mm-hmm. That's huge. And then the change, and then they are also trying to trade for T. Higgins. See, this is what actually trying to do something looks like, EDC, right? Instead of just telling Jess very big, well, we tried. No, the Panthers were trying to get T. Higgins. The reports were that they were on the phone all day with the Bengals yesterday trying to make a deal happen. Ultimately, the Bengals don't really want to get rid of T. Higgins. Not right now. They're trying to make another Super Bowl push, right? Yeah. They said, okay, fine. Couldn't make it happen. We're not done. Steelers, what's up with Diontae Johnson? Made it happen. They got rid of a cornerback that they didn't want in Diontae Jackson, and they swapped a 6th round pick for a 7th round pick. So they gave up nothing. And they massively upgraded their wide receiver core. And they're not done yet. They still have 2 high 2nd round picks. That's how you do it.
Chandler says we can't afford those guys. Chandler, you paid Justin Matabike $20-something million a year. What do you mean you can't afford him?
You can't.
You chose not to afford him,
right?
And I mean, you still could. They didn't. They haven't made any moves to open up any more cap room. But you chose to go defense instead of protecting the quarterback. So that wasn't a we couldn't do it thing. They chose not to do it.
Yeah, Chandler. What's more important to you? Defense or protecting your quarterback? Like this is what we do every year. Chan Wu, like your comment is predictable, right? Ravens fans do this every year. We complain when we fall short in the playoffs. Oh, where's the offense? What happened to the offense? We need offense. And then get to the offseason. Screw the offense. We need defense. We don't have money for offense. We got money for defense.
Mm-hmm. Scenario says you're also negative when it comes to EDC making moves. Let him finish building the roster first, and let's see how far we go before you judge the moves.
How many years do you want to give him?
We're talking about what's happened the first 2 days. Are you happy with the moves, or are you just saying, hey, I don't know, I'll wait until September and see?
No, we're not talking about first 2 days. We're talking about the first 6 years.
Well, that's it.
So, I mean, how many years do you want to give him? You talking about let him build the roster? How many more years do we want to give him to build? This roster should be ready to go. We were in the AFC Championship game. This is past season, and we're talking about build the roster? No.
He's his last year. He put together one of the best Ravens teams ever.
No, he
So
didn't.
my thing is about this. Like, you've got Lamar Jackson, right? And they had a great defense. Great defense. And you got to the playoffs and you lost the same way that you lost every other year since Lamar Jackson has been in the league, right? It's a passing league. We know this. Everyone knows this. Even though defenses are catching up a bit, it's still a passing league. And you have a GM who has struggled mightily in getting pass protectors, getting wide receivers, getting edge rushers to counteract the pass game, and even a bit at corner, right? So, I mean, I can't say he's, okay, he did such a great job putting together the Ravens team when you got to the playoffs and you had the exact same problems that you've had the last several times you've been to the playoffs, right? Defense hasn't been a problem for the Ravens. It's been at that wide receiver position, and he can't get it right. The O line has been deteriorating since he took over. The wide receivers, they were better this year, but that's not saying a whole lot. They had one of the worst wide receiver rooms the first several years he was there.
Yeah.
So he hasn't fixed those problems. It's the same problems, and you gotta remember he inherited a playoff team.
Yeah.
He didn't build a playoff team.
And this isn't one of the best. This wasn't one of the best Ravens teams ever. You can't put the team up there unless they finish off with a Super Bowl, because we've had a lot of great teams that fell short. Those, I say this all the time, the defenses that we had after we won our first Super Bowl were better than the 2000 Ravens. Mm-hmm. They'll never get talked about because, I mean, half the time they didn't make the playoffs. But we got Ed Reed after we won a Super Bowl. Ed Reed, Chris McAllister was still on the team, Haloti Ngata, Suggs, right? Like, that was a dominant defense. You had Ed Reed, who won Defensive Player of the Year. You have Ray Lewis, who I think he won 2 Defensive Players of the Year. And you had Suggs, who won a Defensive Player of the Year. Some of the greatest to ever do it at their positions. But they fell short until the very end, right? And that is also one of our best teams ever, because they finished off and won the Super Bowl.
And it's not all on Eric DeCosta for sure. I mean,
no,
that team was good enough to win a Super Bowl. John Harbaugh's got to wear a lot of that, as well. John Absolutely. Should be gone. But it is what it is. The up until this point, like I said, I would probably give them a C plus in free agency so far, just because, again, Madubuike is a very good player. Derrick Henry's a good player. Malik Harris, I've never been a huge fan of, but that's he's a cheap signing coming back, a versatile player, and you need depth, obviously. It's just at this point the lack of the bringing in offensive linemen, the lack of bringing in a wide receiver to help out the offense, which is what needs the improvement, is what's holding that back for me.
I'm giving them a D right now, right? I'm giving them a D. Yes, Madubuike is a good player. Not a player we need. Sorry. I'm not sorry. He's not a player we need. He's a good player. He'll get some sacks. I'm not saying he's not going to contribute. Obviously, he's going to contribute. But we don't have a starting left guard on the team. We don't have a starting right guard on the team. You all hate Ronnie Stanley, right? So, and we know Morgan Moses isn't that good either. So our O-line is decimated. And we immediately eat up our cap by bringing in Madubuike when we have his replacements on the team. You can think Travis Jones isn't as good. Probably isn't. Or he might be. I don't know. Madubuike didn't break out until last year. But those guys aren't bad either. You're not sitting there thinking, oh, now our interior D-line is going to be awful. May not be as good, but you don't think it's going to be awful. Right. What about the O-line? What's the answer at O-line? And don't tell me, oh, well, wait and see. Yeah, we have to wait and see, but we're reacting in real time, right? We're reacting in real time. And in real time, we don't have any answers. Right. Bad Boy Nick just subscribed. Salute to you. Did you guys hear that effect, the sound effect?
Yeah.
Can I hear that? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. It's new to us. That's why we got to ask. I used to be able to just hear it in my headphones only. You guys couldn't hear it, but now I think you guys can hear it. So shout out to Bad Boy Next and be awesome like him and hit that subscribe button. We've already gone longer than we planned on being here. Everything is running smooth. I fixed the problem. Me. Evie Monks might say that they resolved it. No, sir. You did not. I did. Okay. But I think we're good to go. We're good to go. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're going to be discussing a lot more of this tomorrow on our Wednesday show, 7:15 p.m. Eastern time if you're new here. Okay. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Also, patreon.com/LBHTShow. I'm not sure if we're going to do it today or maybe Thursday. You know, we're going to be recording some stuff, and you get to watch us, record it in real time. Okay, that's a lot of fun, and you can talk to us afterwards.
Chen said the O-line play wasn't horrible. What lost us the game is our quarterback throwing the ball in triple coverage. Hey, did you see Lamar throw that touchdown to Zay Flowers that he dropped before he got over the goal line, or no? Or did you miss that?
Did you see when Ryan Stanley gave up the strip sack?
Did you see when the defense gave up the third down play and couldn't get the ball back for the offense to give him one more chance at the end of the game? Since that was the top unit in the league.
Did you see? Did you see that big play Matty BK made? Oh wait.
Wait. I'm sorry, Chenru. What does this have to do with anything? Yeah, on busted play. He made the play, right?
Wait, what was on busted play?
No, it was Zay play. Like Zay caught the ball. Zay's running into the end zone and he drops it. If he holds onto the ball, it's tied, right?
That wasn't a busted play.
And then your comment about he needs to score more than 10 points is irrelevant.
No,
right?
I'm not gonna let you get away with that. It wasn't a busted play. The coverage was exactly where it was at, which is why L'Jarius Sneed was able to punch the ball out. Right? It was a well placed pass. All he had to do was run it in, and L'Jarius Sneed caught up and punched the ball out. It wasn't a busted play. They dropped a play and he got open.
Killer Cat says Matt BK was a ghost in that game. He wasn't a ghost. He played well. He just wasn't dominant in the game. Well, you can't call him a ghost. Man. That's not.
Jay said Jose and Brodny tag team on your head. No, man. Like I am. Don't defend EDC. But I mean, don't do that. You do not, man. You don't want to die on that hill. He's not worth it. He's not worth it. John Harbaugh ain't worth it. All right. If you like what they're doing and you want to think optimistically, fine. Okay. But I'm not here to rain on your parade. I'm not. But 6 years of us falling short. How many more years do you want to give this regime? Our window is now. The Chiefs aren't going anywhere. Me and B tell you this every single year that the Super Bowl goes through the Chiefs, and y'all don't want to believe it. Even when they come to our house. Shout out to Kill Bill 683 for subscribing. Appreciate you. We tell you guys this every year, and you just don't want to hear us. And then we end up in the same place in the offseason. Like, you have to get Lamar weapons. What the Panthers just did for Bryce Young, that's showing that you care about your quarterback. What the Eagles did for Hurts, you can think what you want about Jalen Hurts. They love Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
They love Jalen Hurts. They got him Saquon Barkley. DeAndre Swift was already nice. And they said more.
Yeah.
All right. The Ravens don't love Lamar Jackson. They don't care about him. I don't care what anybody says. They do not care about Lamar Jackson.
No, not really. Scenario saying if we don't put together a good O-line, there's no way Derrick Henry can be successful because of his running style. I disagree. I think he'll be successful.
Yeah, I think so.
He's that kind of a player. I mean, he'll get his yards. It's just not going to be a dominant run game that people are kind of imagining right now, and may not be enough to get them over the hump. Yeah. But he'll still be successful.
And dude just donated wants to complain that all we do is trash players and whatever. Cry about it. Thanks for the donation though. Like, We no, that's not all we do. We give our honest opinion, and if you don't like our opinion, then you don't have to watch. Why torture yourself listening to something that's gonna put you in a bad mood? Okay, we don't trash anybody. Like EDC hasn't done anything. Is that trashing him, or is that the truth? What has he done? Has he won? Has he won us a Super Bowl? Has he gotten us to a Super Bowl? No, I didn't say he's a bad GM, but he's not good enough. We're trying to win Super Bowls, are we not? Okay. Has Harbaugh done a good enough job?
I'm gonna read it. It says, "I was going to sub, but all this channel does is trash players left and right. This isn't the Ravens way, and not my kind of channel. Just wanted to let you know." I'm just gonna say this, and no disrespect, Chad. Appreciate the donation.
Hmm?
Thanks for watching. You do not need to let us know.
You do not.
We do not care.
Yeah.
You
Next time,
can
just
you can just go. You can go.
next time, just leave.
But like I said, appreciate the donation. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yo, go watch Bobby and Sarah. That's more your speed. They'll tell you everything is fine when it's not. What's up, Jeremy? Thanks for coming through. Says, hey guys, what's going on? Living legend in the house. What's going on? Zeke Hokage in the house. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. What you laughing at?
I'll tell you later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But no, like, so we're going back and forth, Panthers and Ravens, but the Panthers, man, bravo. I mean, they still have some work to do, but really aggressive moves to protect your quarterback. That says a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Robert Hunt and Damian Lewis, look, they overpaid to get them. They had to because they're
Yes.
Carolina. They won 2 games. They've had 6 straight losing seasons. They have to overpay to get players to go there. That's just the way it is. But what they got are 2 330-pound guards to put in front of their quarterback to protect him, right? Robert Hunt in particular. I mean, Damian Lewis is not the best pass blocker. He's a better run blocker than pass blocker. But Robert Hunt has been a very, very good pass blocker so far in his career. And both of them, Lewis Canales is very familiar with him from his time in Seattle. Robert Hunt, like I said, played very well for Miami. He's putting both of them in front of Bryce Young, but also they're putting them on the O line to open up holes so that Bryce Young doesn't have to drop back 30 times a game and get hit 29 of those times. They're going to putting together an O line that can move the defense, and they can put the ball in Chuba Hubbard and Miles Sanders' hands. Hopefully, another running back, maybe draft time. I don't know, but they'll be able to run the ball, move the ball, and keep Bryce Young clean, keep him upright, and make sure he's not taking hits every other play, even if he's not getting sacked.
With this move,
Mhm.
they'll be running backs because you're picking, at the top of the second round. They'll be, you can get an explosive running back.
Not there though. That needs to happen on day 3.
Day 3, okay.
Because the running back, they still need a center. Austin Corbett, they're talking about moving him to center. That's not really his position, and he's coming off of 2 major injuries. So hopefully they look into bringing in another center, whether that's in free agency. I'm not sure who's left at center at this point, or early on in the draft. But then they went, like you said, they got Diontae Johnson for essentially nothing. And that's a guy who I know people don't like Diontae Johnson because he's had some drop issues in the past, but he gets open more than almost anyone in the league.
Yes.
So and so it's a guy that Bryce will be able to find, in case the rush is coming to him. Diontae will probably be open. And then they did some work on defense as well, bringing in Ashawn Robinson to play next to Derrick Brown. A good solid vet. Nothing special there. Same with Josie Jewell to replace Frankie Louvu. They lost to Washington. They also lost Jeremy Chin to Washington, but I guess they weren't losing him. They weren't planning on having him back.
Yeah.
And tomorrow they're going to be hosting Chase Young and DJ Wonnum, both edge rushers, one from Minnesota, Chase Young obviously from San Francisco and Washington. So they can actually sort of upgrade their overall pass rush, even with losing Brian Burns, because they had absolutely nothing on the other side of Burns the last couple of years.
Yeah, Gross Matos left too, right?
Yeah, he went to San Francisco, man. And shout out to Gross Matos because my man has been quite a bust.
Yeah.
And he got like $9 million a year. So congrats to him, man.
Congrats, man. Shout out to you. Hey man, MJ says it's called lunch break hot take. I don't know what people expect. That's a funny thing about this. We call it lunch break hot take because when we thought about the podcast before we got on YouTube, before we thought about the podcast, I was literally on my lunch break and I was thinking about doing something for for people to listen to on their lunch break, and it just kind of flowed together. Lunch break hot take, so that's why we went with that name. But all right, we'll get to you in a second, Chad. We'll get to you in a second. You know what, Chad? Shout out to you. I appreciate your dedication. Okay, through the donations. All right. If you want to hate, that's the way to hate.
Hold
Hold.
on. Hold on.
Okay.
You don't tell me who I can and can't watch. It's supposed to be about the Ravens way, and this channel isn't the Ravens way. If you're asking me, as a longtime Ravens fan, and who is this Brodny guy? Looks toxic. Anyways, I'm gonna enjoy my mimosa on my yacht.
Thank you, Chad.
Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. But we don't really give hot takes, right? Hot takes. What's a hot take to you guys? A take that excuse me, that like something that's kind of controversial, or something that that gets people to react like, oh, that's ridiculous, right? But where have we been wrong?
It was a hot take when we said that Greg Roman needed to be fired. There were a ton of people who didn't agree with that when we were first saying it. Same thing when we said John Harbaugh needs to get fired. And now everybody's on board with that.
It's funny to see that, right? Because we're saying that really 2 years ago, and nobody wanted to hear that. Now it's, yeah, Harbaugh can go, but you can't touch EDC. All right, give it a year. That all it is, we're a little bit ahead of you guys, but we don't really make hot takes. We give our opinions, and we're usually right, most of the time right.
And look, this is a thing with a lot of fans in the NFL. I mean, a lot of fans in sports in general. You just have a high tolerance for losing.
Yeah,
it takes fans a long time before they get fed up.
Yeah. Killer, what's going on? Says Ravens way is better. Is being too smart and proving that they're actually dumb. Well, yeah. I mean, you guys can't be serious, right? Like I'm not trying to down Derrick Henry, because like I said, wouldn't be surprised if he still has a lot left in the tank. He's a beast. But was he the best option? No. That's my whole thing. Okay, Matabike, cool. You like Matabike? What are we doing about guards? Nobody even bring that up. Is that hating on the team? Is that hating on EDC? Because I'm like, who's going to protect Lamar? How dare you? I guarantee you, if we did what the Panthers just did, I'd be giving him all kinds of praise. All kinds of praise. This shows he doesn't really care about Lamar Jackson. I don't care if you get okay. You got him a 30-year-old running back. Is he gonna block for him? Like again, and yes, the offseason isn't over. They can make all these moves. We are reacting in real time, but we've seen this story over and over and over. Okay, they're gonna look for the cheap veteran. They're waiting to see who gets cut that doesn't mess with their comp picks, their beloved comp picks. By the way, which comp pick has turned into a star for us? Just curious. Shout out to Shug. Say that you gotta read that.
Pull it up here.
Oh,
thank you very much. He says, "Bad lunch break hot take. The multiverse doesn't belong in the MCU. Garbage take. This Chad guy needs to go watch another channel if you don't like it. Brodny, you are not toxic. Thank you, Shug.
Thank you, Shug. Thank you.
You are
And if you
correct.
guys are wondering how we do, this is how we do super chats over here. Okay, right in the corner there, that QR code, that is for our Cash App. Okay, $ LBHT show. Also, the pin link that you see in the chat box will take you to our Streamlabs page. Both ways, you leave your donation, leave your comment, and you get a nice little animation on the screen right there. All right, and we'll read your comment. Let's see. Yes, thank you, Danity. Cash App, $ LBHT show. That's how you do it. All right. Also, sign up to our Patreon, patreon.com. Right, it says right there, patreon.com/LBHT show for as little as $5 a month. I know you got $5. We do an overtime show after our main show on Wednesday, tomorrow. Okay. And we, anything's open for discussion, whatever you guys want to talk about. And then we do some pop-up shows over there as well, especially when we want to record stuff, right? We put out some recorded content. We record it live for our audience sometimes so they can kind of see the behind the scenes things, and then we'll chop it up with you guys in the chat afterwards. So check it out.
Go Man says, was we not the best football team in the league? No, you weren't. Did you win a Super Bowl?
No, the Chiefs were.
Just because who was it? Chris Jones was gracious in victory and said y'all were the best team in the league doesn't make it true. There's one goal in professional sports: is to win the title. The team that does it is the best team. Y'all didn't do it. Y'all haven't done it. So no, you were not the best team in the league. And my God, why is that something that you would be proud of having lost?
I mean, we had a good regular season. I'm not going to just sit there and be like, oh, whatever, right? I'm not trying to just dismiss that. That is good. It's good to know that you're one of the better teams in the league, but we're trying to win a Super Bowl, so you can't settle, man. Like, the Chiefs are trying to win another Super Bowl right after they won this last Super Bowl. Pat Mahomes told the reporter, "We're not done." Right? Like she asked him about his accomplishments. He's like, we're not done. This is a young team. We're running it back next year. Yeah. He's already thinking about his fourth ring. I want that kind of hunger over here. I don't want us to settle. That make me a bad fan. Whatever.
I want to see them take one of those picks and go get Brandon Ayuk. Get him out of San Francisco.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What I don't want to see is people putting up graphics about the incredible offense that the Ravens have, and the graphic includes Isaiah Likely and Rashad Bateman. That's not what I want to see.
Guys, what are we gonna do about our O-line? Let's talk about this. Damian Lewis gone, Robert Hunt gone, Owenu re-signed with the Patriots. Dotson, did he re-sign with the Rams?
I don't believe so.
Dotson, we got to make a move for him. And guard, I don't know. We bring back Zeitler. I think Zeitler's still out there.
He is. That's going to be my favorite thing when y'all bring him back, and then Ravens fans are like, "Oh my God, watch EDC work. He cut him, brought him back, and is paying him less."
The 100 said Mahomes just restructured his contract to free up $20 million in space. Okay, so what do you think is going to happen there? You think they just did that just because, just so they high five each other, or you think they're going to make a major move? EDC sucks at drafting guards. He sucks at drafting a lot of things. Wide receivers too. Mm-hmm. Cornerbacks. I mean, he got one. And he hasn't been doing a good job drafting. Patrick Queen. Okay, that's the other news that and we're not gonna spend that much time talking about it because we're gonna talk about a lot of this stuff tomorrow. Yes, he's over to the Steelers. Somebody asked earlier, am I mad about it? No, I don't care. I didn't want him back. Yes, I would love to bring everybody back, right? I would love to have had the whole defense come back and run it back along with Mike McDonald, but that's not the reality. The reality was the minute we traded for Roquan, Queen wasn't coming back, and Roquan is a better player. Let him go to the Steelers. I don't care.
Good for him. I don't even want to speak what's going on in the chat into existence, but It's true. You know, the rumors are that Justin Jefferson might be on the move now that Kirk Cousins is gone, and the Chiefs just opened up cap room. And you know, the Chiefs don't. You know, they're not shy about making big moves for their quarterback.
Well, I know he's on the move because they were talking about it. They're talking about how he turned down $30 million a year or $31 million a year.
Well, yeah, and they say he wanted to be sure about what the quarterback situation was before he signed, and he wanted Kirk Cousins back, and Kirk Cousins is gone.
And what did I tell you guys?
And
We
and not just he's gone, Sam Darnold is replacing him.
and listen, it can happen. He hasn't been traded yet, but haven't I told you guys? I want Justin Jefferson here. I knew he would be available. Make the call. Make the call. Maybe EDC pulls this off. If EDC pulls this off, he gets some points from me. Still got to do that O line. Still got to do that O line. But if he can make it happen for Justin Jefferson and miss me with can't afford him, miss me with that. You better find a way. Okay, work whatever magic you need to work with the cap and make him fit.
Yeah.
Right. There's no excuses there because if the Chiefs do it, that's ring number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Got to be aggressive. Luke said he won't even call it. You know he won't. She says Jose doesn't care. The rest of the Ravens fans are destroyed about PQ going to the real hard-nosed football team. Yeah, okay. Sugar's a Steelers fan, by the way. Man, y'all came in.
What evidence do you have for this? Saying Ravens are not going after Justin Jefferson, they want to build the wide receiver core in the draft. Based on what?
But I mean, they drafted a lot of wide receivers.
They
but
have
they
drafted a lot of wide receivers. They've also signed Odell Beckham for $15 million. They also signed Des Bryant and Sammy Watkins and Deshaun Watson and Demarcus Robinson and Nelson Aguilar. So, based off of what are you saying that they just want to build through the draft and won't go after Justin Jefferson?
Now, who's being negative? Right? Whenever we say the Ravens should do this, it's always the fans that start acting real negative. Oh, no way, can't do it. Nope, too much money. Why are you being negative, Chen Wu? Do you not want to see your team win? What happened to all this optimism? Evil Lamar, what's going on? He says, I lost faith in EDC and Harbaugh, but with Lamar, I know we still have a chance, a small chance. Bingo. That's it right there. That's it. That's our whole mentality right there. Right. Yeah. Don't have faith in those guys. Sorry. But as long as we have Lamar, we have a chance. That's exactly right. Let's see. Kyle Hamilton. Well, I'm not sure what that's in response to, but we love Kyle Hamilton. All right. MJ says no wide receiver around pick 30 is better than Justin Jefferson. Nope. Or pick 1. Marvin Harrison Jr. is not better than Justin Jefferson yet.
Right. You know, there's everybody loves Marvin Harrison Jr. I love Marvin Harrison Jr., but there is a very, very small chance that he turns out to be the type of player Justin Jefferson is.
Yeah. Let's see. All right, a couple more comments and we getting out of here. Man, we were only supposed to be here 15 minutes. We wanted to test the stream. That's all we wanted to do. I wasn't even going to make a thumbnail. I was just going to say this is only a test. We wanted to go 15 minutes, make sure everything's clear. It is. We didn't cut out. I fixed the problem. Me. So we'll be here tomorrow to give you a full show. All right. And an overtime show. So sign up to patreon.com/LBHTShow. All right. You have $5. All right. Don't tell me, it's a little tight right now. Nope. Okay. It's getting warm outside. All right. I see you breaking out the spring and summer gear. All right. You're buying some shades. All right. Like, getting getting some new shoes. Man, put $5 to the side. Put $5 to the side and sign up. All right. It's going to be the best investment you've made this month. Okay. But yes, check us out tomorrow. We're going to talk more about this. Chenwu says, I'm being realistic. We aren't going after Justin Jefferson, hopefully, but probably not. No, you are being realistic, but we're talking about what they need to do,
And
right?
that's not what I questioned you on. I questioned what makes you think they want to build through the draft, is what I said, because
Yeah.
that's what you said. That's the reason you said they're not going after Justin Jefferson. We all know they're not going to go after Justin Jefferson. They don't want to pay somebody on offense like that.
And we're being realistic too when we say Derrick Henry isn't a good enough move. Signing Justin Madubuike is the wrong move.
Are you talking about when I said that there's a small chance that he turns out to be the player that Justin Jefferson is? Because Justin Jefferson has had one of the best starts to his career in the history of football. And you can't project that no matter how much you like a prospect.
Oh yeah, no, we love Marvin Harrison. We love Marvin Harrison. This isn't anything, saying that he's not going to be good, but yeah, you can't project anybody to have that kind of trajectory, right? Like they have to go out there and show it. This is another thing. This is such a defeatist attitude. Who says Justin Jefferson wants to come here anyway? Who says anybody wants to come here?
Yeah.
Why go after anybody?
Why do y'all talk about, on one hand, how great an organization it is, and then the very next sentence, nobody wants to play here?
All right. I haven't broke it out in a while. I gotta dust off my book of cliches here. Okay, book of cliches. Let's see. Reasons why we can't sign offensive talent. They have to want to play here. Let's see. We tried. We made phone calls. What's another one? Guys, this isn't Madden. We just don't have the money. Okay. You can't pay a wide receiver that much. What's another one? This is Rashad Bateman's year. We'll just draft one. Did I get all the cliches out the way? Book of cliches. It's all in there. I'm gonna help you guys out so you don't have to keep typing it in the chat. Yes, that's the best we could do. Yes, Jay. That's the best we could do.
What do you mean the Chiefs? No, the Chiefs don't have more money. You all have the same amount of money.
Realistically, the Chiefs have more money. You know how they got more money? They just opened up $20 million out of nowhere. They didn't have any money.
That's what I'm saying. They all the teams have the same amount of money. They don't have more money than you.
Right.
They're just better at spending theirs.
They start out the season with less cap than we had. What happened? And they just re-up Chris Jones. How'd they do that? And they tagged L'Jarius Sneed. But they opened up $20 million. And if they end up with Justin Jefferson, how did they do that? You don't question it. They just make it happen. You like crab cakes. We ain't putting words in your mouth, D Banks, man. I'm just, before you start saying any of the other stuff, I just had to just list everything, He said, "Now you don't know me." All right, man. Look, B, we're gonna talk more about the Panthers tomorrow.
Yeah, because they signed Chase Young and DJ Warner.
Yeah, I think they will sign Chase Young. And I think that's a damn good move.
How would y'all feel about re-signing Cook? Hell no.
Who?
Dalvin Cook.
Wait.
No, you need to draft another running back. Day 3.
I think we should have signed Saquon. I think we should have signed Austin Eckler. I think we should have signed Josh Jacobs. I think we should have signed Aaron Jones. That's what we should have done. DeAndre Swift, Tony Pollard. All of them out there, all of them available, all of them very affordable. No excuse. None. No, I don't want Dalvin Cook. What the hell? Guys, Tiki Barber was tweeting. You want to go work him out? No.
Agent, he's going to visit him tomorrow, I believe, along with DJ One Chase Young. Hopefully they can sign both those guys because they have 0 edge rushers. No offense to DJ Johnson, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, they need some help.
Luke K says, "Why did we go for Henry?" That's what they wanted. They wanted him last season. Before the trade deadline, they didn't want to give up a draft pick to get him. So I mean that should tell you the value right there. You don't want to give up a second or third round pick for him, right? We should have gave that up because we needed him for our Super Bowl run, and now you're getting a older Derrick Henry, and he still might be good. Let me just say that right now. He still might be very good. But it's just a gamble. That's the only thing I don't like about Derrick Henry. That's the only thing. He's at an age where, and he has that. He's a special talent, but it's at that point where he might keep it going. He could keep it going for another year, 2, 3, maybe even 4. He might be 34 and still playing well, right? Or he falls off a cliff this season. We don't know, right? We know about Josh Jacobs. He's going to tear it up. We know about Saquon Barkley. He's going to tear it up, barring injury. That's the only thing with him, right? But there's no question about what they're going to be able to do
That's
moving
with all
forward.
of them. That's with Derrick Henry too. He missed half a season a couple years ago.
Yes. Yeah. D-Ban says, I watched a 30-year-old Mark Ingram go for 1,000 yards. I trust Henry. Okay. What do you do after that?
Mark Ingram, Derrick Henry?
What did Mark Ingram do in the playoffs? I mean, now I can't really put it on him. He can get the ball, I guess. No, I hear you. I hear you. But it was a 1 year thing, and then we had to go and draft a running back, right? Like that's the whole thing. Like was Mark Ingram our leading back moving forward, or was that pretty much it for him?
That was it.
Okay.
Well, and then that's the reason I don't even think. I mean, I could be wrong, and somebody put it in the chat if I am, but I don't think there was a 30-year-old running back in the league. The league knows you don't bring in running backs after the age of 30.
Oh, I forgot
They
to mention.
fall off quick.
Yeah. Thank you, Jeremy, for typing this. If you don't know what this is, exclamation point points. There's 134 people in here. Hit that like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. You want to be here. You need to be here. Exclamation point top. That is how you check who's leading the leaderboard, right? We give points away here, right? How do you get points? Doing exactly what you guys have been doing in the chat. Participating in the chat, just watching the show, subscribing to the channel, right? Like 2 people subscribed earlier. Donating, like Chad, even though Chad hates us, right? He gets points. You get a lot of points for donating. You get a lot of points for signing up to our Patreon, patreon.com/LBHTShow. Signing up for our newsletter, which is still in production. Okay. That gets you an automatic 1,000 points. The 1,000 points, once you cross the 1,000 point mark, you qualify for our drawing at the end of the month. It's for a $25 Amazon gift card. Now, the leader, whoever has the most points at the end of the month, gets to pick their prize within like a $70 to $100 range. All right. Somewhere between there, we let you pick your prize within reason. All right. So we do that every month. Okay. And also submitting questions. You can submit questions. DM us anywhere on social media. It's at LBHTShow. Wherever you have social media, we're there at LBHTShow. Or you could post it on our community tab on our YouTube channel. All right. And D Weezy is in the lead. Look at that. Jeremy's number 2. Killer's 3. Suge is 4. Bad boy Nix. He just subscribed. See, 500. Buck is 6. Stream Elements. We gotta take Stream Elements out. He's not actually 7th. Okay, you can't win Stream Elements. Nice try. Daniel Franklin is 8th. Living Bigger Big Reg 9th. Omar Tillman 10th. All right, that's the leaderboard. It's early. It ain't that early. We're almost midway through. Okay, you guys gonna have to pick it up. All right. Let's see. That's it. We're gonna end it here. All right. 140 people in here. Oh, we got a donation from Buck. It says, what gets more points? Community tab questions or donations?
That depends on how much you donate, but
yes. Yeah.
The questions get you 200 points if we read them on air, and then donations get you 100 points per dollar.
Yeah, there you go. Christian, what's going on? Says, good morning, LBHT crew. Greetings from the Philippines.
What's up, Christian?
Salute to you, man. Appreciate you. And Christian's not even a football fan. He's a boxing fan and I think MMA, right, Christian? But he always supports the channel. Really appreciate you, man. And look, man, we're trying to build a community here, right? So we appreciate, every donation we try to put back into the show. In fact, for our patrons, right, for our Patreon members, in April 6th, we will be doing a tour of the Ravens Stadium. Okay, along with Hendo. OTR Mike isn't going to be able to make it. Little Mikey's birthday party is that day. All right, so he's not going to be there, but he'll be there in spirit. Okay, if we hang out long enough afterwards, maybe he'll show up to the after party. Okay, but we're going to be doing a tour of the Ravens Stadium, and then we're going to go someplace to eat afterwards, hang out, chill. Okay, have a good time. All right. That is for Patreon members only. So you can sign up to our Patreon. You can sign up to the RoPod, okay, patreon.com/ROUG. You can sign up to, I'm not sure Coach is participating in this or not. I should clear that before. Sign up to him anyway. We'll honor it, okay? Go to Sip2Tally, patreon.com/Sip2Tally.
And there are a limited number of spaces, so let Hendo know. Hendo the RoPod, you see him in the chat right there. By the end of the day on Friday, if you would like to go.
Yeah, just let us know. You can let us know. You can let Hendo know. Just let us know that you want to go. You gotta be signed up to Patreon, and you can't sign up for the free trial either. Actually, I don't think anybody can sign up for free trial anymore. That's done. But you gotta be a Patreon member to do it. All right. Let's see. Drift Sports says Brodny be working. Okay, much appreciated. Appreciate you, Drift Sports. Thanks for coming through. Let's see. Jay says, every time I hear that sound, I think of Frozone saying, "Where is my super suit?" Yeah. All right. That's it. We've gone on for way too long. An hour is only supposed to be 15 minutes. Okay, we're out of here. Come back tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Do we want to hit the outro? We'll hit the outro for them. Okay, being do the intro. We'll hit the outro. But have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. There will be more news. Either we sign somebody or maybe we earn another comp pick. Huh? Yeah. Jacory says, "What's up, guys? I'm late." Oh, Jacory, man, so sorry. We are actually getting out of here, but the good news is you can hit the replay, right? Watch it over, and you can tune in tomorrow because that's when we actually do our show. All right. So make sure you subscribe. 7:15 p.m. Eastern time is when the show starts. Living big with Big Red. Salute to you, man. Appreciate you guys, man. All right. B, are you ready?
Yep.
B is ready. We are out of here. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.